Hello, this is Dr. Man. At first, I was just going to do a normal review of a product. After a few weeks with this product, I have decided this is possibly the best affordable handheld console that you could ever buy. This is the GPD XD. Before I get into the specs and what this thing can actually do, this thing is extremely similarly designed to the 3DS XL, where it has a huge screen up top with buttons on the bottom, no second screen, so that's a huge difference. But the shape of this thing is extremely similar, and it's actually basically the same size as a 3DS XL. Now let's get into the specs of this thing. It has a Rocket Chip RK3288 quad core, which is clocked at 1.4 gigahertz. It can be overclocked to 1.8, which this thing is overclocked with the legacy ROM hack, which is extremely easy to do, and you could just YouTube that video. It comes with 2 gigs of RAM. This version has 32 gig hard drive in it, and you can get a 16 or 32 gig drive in it, and it's expandable to, I believe, 64. And I might have heard somebody do 128, but I'm for sure it can do 64 gigabyte expansion through the hard slot, which is located right there. It has R2 and R1 buttons with a HDMI out. There's a charger port, and there is a focus in on there. There is a headphone jack out for this machine. It comes with the standard buttons, the home button, because this runs Android. It runs 4.4.4. With the legacy, it gets upscaled a little bit to a later version of Android. This is a 5-inch resolution screen, or 5-inch screen. This is a 5-inch screen with a 720 output, so it's 1280 by 720 output, which is also a touchscreen. So this is a really beautiful screen that you can watch HD movies if that's something that you are into. The battery is a 3.8 volt, 6000 megahertz. With that being said, let's dive right into this. Again, this is a hacked version, so the original version is a little bit different, but it will run the same exact ROM. This device is made to run emulators, and this thing runs a lot of emulators better than you can on a Raspberry Pi. And not only that, it has a beautiful 5-inch touchscreen that you can do other apps like Android apps on here. One of the things that I actually really do enjoy on this is the video player. And the video quality is amazing on here, where you can watch not full HD, but 720p HD on here portably, and the sound is actually pretty good on this. Let's turn this off and go home. Again, since this is hacked, this has a different look to it, but this thing is gorgeous. You can do so many things on here. It actually runs PSP pretty flawlessly. I completely love this thing for the emulation on PSP, which is actually extremely hard on a lot of other emulators, such as the Raspberry Pi, but this thing runs PSP pretty flawlessly. Let me pick a game, turn down the sound a little bit so I don't get flagged. Okay. Hi. But yeah, this thing runs this flawlessly. The cut screen has no stutter or anything. I haven't noticed any stuttering on this. I have noticed frame rate dropping sometimes to 50, sometimes, but that's actually extremely rare for that to happen. Hopefully, there he goes. Let's get into the game. just going to do a generic name so you can see completely no frame rate stutters or anything. I love that it has two really nice analog sticks over here. And again, it plays it flawlessly. Oh, I've never actually played this one. I'm not doing a good job, but that doesn't... There. Yeah, I'm struggling, but there is absolutely no frame rate stutter on this thing. It is extremely beautiful. Let's go home. You can also do your GBA games, your NES games. You can do the DS games, but I would not recommend it. It's not, like, because you can't truly use the touchpads unless I can't configure that right. But you can do the Android games on there, like you see. It does Game Gear well. It does Super Nintendo extremely well. The thing that a lot of people will be very happy about is it really does do Dreamcast very well. Now you can play on the touchscreen up here, or you can do the joypad. I don't have it configured to do the joypad yet, but it does do Dreamcast really good. I mean, extremely good. This is a very welcome addition to this thing. So not only can you play PlayStation 1 games, you can play PSP games, you can play Dreamcast games portably, and it looks extremely well. Look at that. See, just no stutter whatsoever. And we'll get to a gameplay so you can actually see how it plays. And I'll only do it for a minute because I don't want to do the touchscreen for too long. So yeah, you can see it plays extremely well on here, and there's absolutely no stutter. But once you get, it's the fact that you get it configured your way. I haven't had time to configure it the way I want to, so I'm going to just go home. But yeah, you can do MAME, Game Boy Advance. It does everything, even Terrarium, which if you don't know what that is, it's basically Kodi for people that want to stream movies and stuff on here. The only problem is you do have to update it frequently, but that's a common problem with Terrarium is you have to update it consistently, but you can stream your shows on here through that, like The Flash. You can stream new movies, all that good stuff. So this thing is an ultimate portable gaming system. If you want to spend about either over $130 to, I believe it goes for about $180, $190 on GearBest and in Amazon. So I would definitely recommend this. There is another version of this called the GPD Win, which is actually kind of like it's got more updates to it. It has 4 gigs of RAM. I believe it has a better processor, which this is a decent processor. It has a better processor, so it's stronger, but it's also $350. So that's the one drawback from this one. But bang for a buck, this is by far the best emulation tool that you can get. I paid $150 shipped to me. You can get it for, between $130 to $180. I've seen $135 on eBay a lot for a brand new one. But I would recommend going to the links below, which is GearBest and Amazon, because those are trusted sellers and they have high quality products. So I would definitely recommend going to the links below. Again, this is an amazing product. If you don't have it, you must. This is the best portable machine that you can get right now. Leave a comment below. Until next time, this is Dr. May. Make sure you guys get your game on. Peace.